Hello and welcome to Don't Kill My Character presents Sanguine Scourge, a Vampire the Masquerade chronicle of drama, darkness, and desire. It is incredible that I did the intro that clearly based on what was happening 10 seconds ago. My name is Kate, aka Kate the Great Cosplays. I am the producer queen of Don't Kill My Character and Ventrue, Queen Mélidine on this show. Both of our pronouns are she, her. I will let my fabulous Camarilla Cast go around and introduce themselves to you as well, do a few quick announcements and notes, and then we're going to start tonight's story. Extell, would you like to say our second hello since I've already taken the first?
Hello. I'm Extell.
I kept it together so well. Let it be known.
I do not expect to go first, but it's fine. It's wonderful. I'm Extell. My pronouns are he, him, as are my characters. Cameron, Stillwater is his name. The Tzimisce with this cool Z's.
Yeah, Rosie, do you want to? Okay, I guess Justin. Never mind. It's Justin.
I can't do better than that. You think I could do better than that? I can't follow that up.
You're asking too much at that point. I don't know what you want.
I really hope you can do better than that.
Rosalie, you go first.
Hi, I'm Rosalie. I use she, her pronouns. I am here tonight playing Leonia Rodich, who also uses she, her pronouns, who we learned last night is doing a good job.
Love that.
She is.
And we're totally normal about it.
And doing his best job. What's up, Justin?
Hey guys, how's it going? You can, I am GM Justin. You can find me on all my socials at Forever GM Justin. You can find me over at Roll D5. We specialize in playing indie TTRPGs. Not only am I playing Ángel Ramos, and both he and I use he and pronouns, but I'm also going to be tech tonight. However, our amazing Kate is going to be in the stream. In the chat. So we're splitting the whole duties up for the evening time. So yeah. With that being said, that's all I got. I'll pass it over to you.
Natasha. And then we'll talk about what else I'm also doing tech-wise, because we are sharing the responsibilities. We got this.
Okay.
Hi, Natasha.
Hello, my name is Natasha. You can find me everywhere on the internet at Natasha B Cosplays. I use she, her pronouns. But tonight, as the storyteller, I will be piling all of the other pronouns on top of mine. And we will all be in a big cuddle puddle of pronouns.
Love that. And scoring our cuddle puddle of pronouns is Soncraft. While Justin is going to be running the tech, I will be keeping an eye on chat and also making sure that our music matches up, which is so easy for me to do thanks to Soncraft. Soncraft runs through a bot in our Discord, and also we have a desktop app for it, and it lets us play royalty-free music that matches all of the different vibes of our shows and our moments. Thank you to Songcraft for giving us a premium subscription to your service. We really enjoy using it. And if you want to check it out too, jump into Songcraft's Discord. That's an awesome place to interact with their community and let them know that Don't Kill My Character sent ya. And the next thing that I will say before passing it over to our storyteller, Natasha, is this is a Vampire the Masquerade game, which means that it is a story of personal horror and dark themes. Safety tools are in use by all of us at the table, but we were not able to check in with all of you. Your discretion is advised. More mature themes and language may be present. We don't know what's going to come up in exact moments until it does, but we will do our best to let you know in chat. If you ever need to step away for yourselves, please do. This will always be here for you. Let's continue on, and I pass it to our storyteller, Natasha, to begin.
Okay. Welcome, Kindred. Last episode, we caught up with our coterie and some of the things that they got done over their few months of downtime. Little did they know, the wolves are slowly closing in on them as the prince has called everyone to Elysium in order to announce the death of her wife and Melidine's sire, the Seneschal Penelope. As everyone slowly gets pulled into the room with the prince one by one in order to ensure loyalty amongst the Camarilla, we slowly made our way to one of our coterie members. But before we switch to our little one-on-one, there's some sort of a act of fate that needs to happen here. Everyone, please roll for me 1 hunger die and 1 regular die. This is not a rouse check. This will not affect anything on your character sheets at the moment. And just tell me what you get.
I got an 8 on my hunger die and a 4 on my regular die.
Okay.
Success on my hunger, failure on my regular.
Okay. And do let me know if there's any crits or any bestial failures in that. They will be counted for this. You're muted. Kate.
A dot means failure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, failure on the regular die, but Ankh on the hunger die. Cool.
That's a failure for me on my rouse check, but I got a success on my regular die.
So 4 regular successes. I will make a note.
What is Tasha?
Mm-hmm.
What's that mean?
And don't worry about it.
I'm gonna worry about it.
You'll find
I'm
out
gonna
later.
be honest with you. I don't know either. That's what's wild.
I thought it'd be a fun way to do a fate check for you guys. There's a few decisions that I didn't want to make for myself, so I'm making you guys roll for it.
Wonderful.
I'm scared.
So, Ángel, please say goodbye to all your friends as you are brought into the prince's office by Daphne and Valois. They lead you in, and you see the prince's office similarly to how Mélidine did earlier on. You see it's been remodeled since the last fire that happened here, and it looks lovely. It looks almost unchanged. And you see the prince sitting in the middle on one of her couches as the Tremere Primogen and Keeper of Elysium exit the room, and you are by yourself with the prince.
You would see as Ángel stands there, arms behind his back in a parade rest kind of a deal. He has his head bow in reverence to her as he says, "My prince."
If you're trying to, let's see. Shoot. How about you make for me a roll of, oh my gosh, that's such a tiny image. Why is that so small? Let's do charisma plus etiquette, if you have it.
Alrighty, charisma plus etiquette. Here, this is gonna be a fun one. Let's go. There we go, right there. That. And that is going to be 5 successes.
Very good. She bows her head back towards you. Please sit down on wherever you'd like.
He would go to probably her left side and probably take the seat that's kind of lowest, so that way she maintains that level of superiority over him as he takes the seat and puts his hands closed in front of him, so that way they are still visible in front of her. And he sits and waits for the next thing she says.
Ángel, why weren't you in Elysium earlier tonight? My child Valois was waiting for you.
Forgive me, my prince. I know with everything that has gone down with Marcus, I did not want my presence to take away from everything that he's doing. I feel like I would have been more of a distraction than anything else if I had been here. And I did not.
That is putting a lack of trust on my child. You do not think you could get his work done? simply by your presence? A young neonate?
No, my prince, forgive me for... I merely am suggesting that I did not want to be a distraction for everything that he's done tonight. He appears to have done an amazing job without me. And he does not have to worry about my staining from my sire to be the distraction.
Speaking of your sire, have you heard from him recently?
No.
I mean, how could you? You went on a trip for 2 weeks, 2 months? Time is strange, but you were gone for quite a while these past few months.
This is correct.
Were your business ventures fruitful?
Very. I acquired several businesses down in Cabo, as well as part-time ownership for one of the resorts down there, all to be used at the disposal of you and the Camarilla.
Yeah, I thought, but I have no interest in going somewhere that dry.
Understood.
I have my land here. It is difficult for me to leave. So, you did not hear of your sire skulking about your territories in that time?
Nothing that I was aware of. I know the rest of my coterie was still here. And they never informed me of anything going on, and I'm sure that if he was, given everything that had transpired, they would have let me know. I would do nothing more than just to seek vengeance for his betrayal against us.
She reaches down and pulls out a folder and opens it up, and there are several pictures of Marcus, and it's a little grainy. You can't tell in all of them if it is him for sure, but some of them are more easily confirmed. He has been spotted around Quebec City again. He still lingers.
Say the word, my prince, and I will make sure that I will be the last thing he sees.
Good. Did you know that he was near your territory on the night of your return?
No.
Ángel, you know, I was the one who approved your entry into the Camarilla. However, you must understand that the stain that has been placed on that presence here.
I'm very well, my prince. And you're going to see that he outside of like answering the very direct answers to her, he maintains looking down and away from her.
Mm-hmm.
For him, he's thinking of just replaying the night that he fought against, he shot Robert. He was trying to figure everything out. It's replaying in his head. And he's just... that betrayal, that hurt from it just runs deep. And then to hear about how he's been hanging around the area, the prince would be able to see that Angel's eyes, even while he's looking away from her, start to glow a bit redder. even from her angle, she can see that resonating from his eyes.
How have you taken any steps recently towards this goal?
Not yet. But that is mostly because I am gathering the resources I need to be able to make sure that when you give me the word, when you've allowed me the blessing to see him into his final death, that I make it the swift justice that you've entrusted me with before.
You have been trained and released by your sire. You're not in accounting any longer, so I expect you know the different rules of the Camarilla. I respect that you know this tradition of destruction and who is allowed to commit it.
I am.
You spent a lot of time with my now adoptive child. She went with you on this trip, yes?
That is correct, my prince.
Why?
I asked her to. This was a little vacation for the two of us to head down there and enjoy some time alone with each other.
Can you roll manipulation plus subterfuge for me?
Manipulation plus subterfuge. At that, and then back here. Can I? What is it?
Blood surge?
Yes.
Yes. Roll a rouse check.
Alrighty. So that is. Let me just
And then you'll add 2 die.
That's a failure, so I get a little bit more hungry.
Where are you?
I'm currently at 4 now.
Good to know. Good to know. Remember to include that extra hunger die into your pool.
Yeah.
As you hear in the back of your mind Marcus's voice droning on. If you had just come that night, it would have been easier. You wouldn't have lost so much. Because we could have been rolling something better together. And now look at you. Begging. She's right there. She's by herself. And she's old.
He's gonna take a quick glance up to her before looking back down. And I'm gonna burn a willpower to re-roll a couple of those dice.
Okay.
And that's what is it? Burning a willpower gets me
up to
2
3 non-hunger dice.
Bet. Okay, so that's 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay. I heard you've been spending quite a lot of time actually with Mélidine, aside from this trip.
I have, my prince.
What intentions do you harbor for my now child?
He's gonna look up, and she's going to see as his eyes go from that very bright red, and will just soften down enough to where it's very subtle. It's kind of like a reddish brown at this point, as he flashes his signature smirk at her and says, "Love her, to be by her side, care for her, to be whatever she needs me to be." That's my intentions, my prince.
And what if she needs you to leave her alone? so she can grow. You understand the position you put her in right now.
Yes, my prince, I am aware. And if that is her wish, then I will respect it. Love causes people and kindred to do wild things, and this is no different.
So I've heard. It's difficult to let go of said love. And I think before she lets you go, let me find the exact roll. Can you roll a composure plus subterfuge?
Yeah, I can. Composure plus subterfuge. Two successes. I have one of the. I have a blood die with Ankh and the stars, and I have another hunger die with just the Ankh.
Okay, that's not messy Craig. You're good.
Okay.
You said how many successes?
Just the two.
Okay. Okay. And just so you do know, these pictures were taken recently. They're not old. Within the last week, he has been in your domain.
May I make a request from you, my prince? Allow me to do so. Let me end him and remove the stain from myself and from your decision to allow me to have been embraced.
I will allow it, but it is preferable if you can bring him in. More information is more pliable from those who can still speak than from dust.
Understood, my prince. Bring him in alive. He chuckles at that. But if push comes to shove, and it does not seem that he will be willingly...
Bring me his ashes.
Thank you, my prince.
And is there anything I can do for you? Anything else?
No. I think you've done me a great honor in allowing me to go after him. I will do my best to bring him in. I'll bring him in not in ashes.
And she flicks her hand and the door opens up. You're free to go.
Thank you, my prince, for your time. I will do my best for you.
And then she looks out the door. Valois, suivant. And he heads out as we will see. Is there anything that the rest of our kindred might have been up to while Ángel was inside with the prince?
Mélidine is finding a drink. I would have had one of my dancers by now. I'm thirsty. Sure, these drinks
Would-
will be here, right?
Let me make a roll for it. That's a pretty decent roll. You do find a room that does have a dancer.
Oh, fabulous.
It is a private room with about 4 mortals total. One is currently spoken for by a different kindred, one that you don't recognize. And the one you're looking at is currently just moving and flowing to the music that is still heard from the live band outside the room.
Hello, darling.
Hello.
May I dance with you?
I'd love to have this dance.
And Mélidine takes her hand and
She
as
leads you into this embrace.
oh, I thank you. I would like to dance though, if you don't mind,
Oh, of course.
because feeding for Mélidine is a dance.
Mm.
That is the way that she sees it. That is the way that she does it. So she will dance with her as she feeds.
And how many points of hunger are you at,
Um,
and how many do you take away?
I'm at 3, so I would like to take
Okay.
away 2 if this dancer can handle that.
Doable. Yes. And as you drink from her, you feel the rush of energy and almost a melody moving through her body as she and you dance together through this embrace.
Thank you, darling.
The pleasure was all mine.
Mélidine will give her a spin,
Mhm.
gently, because just straight
Yes.
from her.
Uh-huh. She does like a little flourish at the end and sits down to recuperate a little bit.
You're welcome at Visage anytime.
Oh, good to know. I've heard good things.
I love that you have. We will take very good care of you there.
Have a
Yeah.
good night.
You as well. And Mélidine will go from
Mhm.
that.
Leonia and Cam, are you two up to anything? As you saw Ángel get pulled from the group and moved into the prince's chambers.
I think Cam would still be sort of leaned back, one arm draped on the back of the couch that they were sitting on.
I think Leonia, previously she's tried to kind of figure out, listen in, try to figure out what's going on behind those doors, but I think she has somewhat glued herself to Cameron's side right now. But she is always trying to make sure she knows where Mélidine is. I think if that room had a closed door, is that correct? That Mélidine went into?
Yes.
Okay.
It is
she
open
would've
to anyone,
stood out.
but mhm.
Yeah. We should just let's wander?
Where would you like to go, my dear?
She will stand up, straighten out her skirt, offer her hand to pull him up as if he needs help. No.
He takes it. He takes it and plays along.
Do you want to kind of taking towards that room so that theoretically, if she were to turn up her hearing with heightened senses, would be able to hear if something was happening in that room with the closed door. And I think in a much more comfortable version of the first night they met, she kind of acts like we're having a little dance together.
Wow. Haven't told you that you look lovely tonight.
I don't mind hearing it, even if you had. I was a little worried, so I can't. Tasha, I'm using some meta knowledge here to narrate something.
Yes. I don't believe. I'll need to check again, but I don't believe this actually is. Auspex is affected by.
Auspex is affected. By
Okay.
it
I was about to
specifically.
check. I was actually scrolling down to check it. Yes.
I kept track of all the disciplines I had for this purpose.
Love that. You feel yourself try to activate. Oh, this is yeah. Your hearing. And yes, doesn't seem to augment at all.
Having trouble?
I think you would too if you were trying to do the same thing.
My abilities are too overt. And he'll like spin her. As he says this, my abilities are too overt to try to attempt to use them.
You're better at subtlety than you would think.
I appreciate the confidence. I've always seen myself as a what's that movie that came out? Wreck-It Ralph kind of guy.
You do that very well as well. Can I make some kind of check to see if I know what's going on here?
Roll an intelligence plus occult, though this is a very high DC.
Yeah, I
Can
don't
I
expect, but
assist
like
at all?
it's me, I have to ask.
How much about
Okay.
blood sorcery do you think?
He has dots in it now.
I have
A different
blood.
practice. Yeah. A different practice, however.
My intelligence
I
level
guess-
is
Tell me
already
how you're
Okay.
helping her remember, and then
Okay. Hear me out. I think he's
okay.
I think he's kind of doing this romantically,
Uh-huh.
and I think he's sort of like, I think he's spurring her on with like, remember the other night when you when you raised your hearing, your sense of touch, and he's just like helping her in that way. He's sort of like being like, yeah, just remember that feeling.
First thing I noticed was that I couldn't hear her steps. Even though you don't need to, you still will inhale a little bit sometimes. And when that wasn't noticeable, I knew I'm gonna roll! That was loud, I'm so sorry, y'all. Okay, 4 successes.
I was gonna put the DC at 5. So if you'd
Okay.
like to roll a willpower.
That's fair. I don't
There's
think
a
it's
free
worth it.
willpower for whoever needs it.
I
Oh.
truly do not think it's worth it.
Okay.
Fair.
She has the
Um,
knowledge that Auspex is not working right now, and that
Mhm.
is what she needs. That was just me wanting to know how much more I could get. So,
Mhm. Okay.
Perhaps it's for the best, dear. No. Yeah, I think some leaving her to her own devices is needed. She just trusts suffered a tragedy, hearing about her sire and all.
she didn't seem too broken up about it.
She's taking it in stride, I think.
She's good at putting on a performance.
That she is. But I got a better show right here in front of me. Twirls her again.
And as the two of you dance, and Mélidine, as you leave the space, you see Valois waiting outside the room for you where you were speaking to the dancer. He's taken off his coat. He had like this big kind of burgundy coat on earlier, and you can see now he has a corset on underneath with a button up.
Oh, the fan service.
That's all I'm here
Hello.
for. Why, hello, Mélidine. How are you?
I guess doing as well as could be expected. This is all quite difficult to process.
Yes, hearing about your sire's death and one night being raised up in the Camarilla.
Yes, I'm overwhelmed, to say the least.
I can imagine. Unfortunately, I was told I have to take you over to the prince. You're now sire. And she's speaking to everyone.
Right, we spoke earlier tonight. I didn't suppose she would, but it is an honor to have her time. So, of course.
I'll get you over there.
Thank you.
And as he walks over, you all see Ángel leave the prince's chambers, and you pass by him with Valois in tow behind you.
Well, I was going to say that if Valois offered an arm to Mélidine, she would take it.
You would.
Then Ángel passes Mélidine on Valois' arm.
He would see her on his arm and then look at her in her eyes, smirk, and then will move his hand to reach out for hers very subtly, just to at least even get a hand squeeze before she heads in.
She does. I'll see you after.
I look forward to it.
Cam?
I do watch very closely. Despite what I said to Leonia, I do watch very closely as
we both are.
walk.
You
do
both
I
can tell. You do, and from an outside's perspective, you can tell Valois also noticed.
And Mélidine will return her hand to Valois' arm.
Let me continue leading you on.
Thank you. And she will go to the prince's office again. And if someone else is able to keep an eye on the music at this point.
As you walk in, Valois says, "So strange, but intriguing."
What is?
Being able to get to know you a little bit better these days. I
am
mean,
glad
we'll probably
that-
spend more time together considering who you'll be spending time more with.
I am glad for it.
As am I.
You can see me in my preferred setting, Visage.
Well, of course, I would love to go visit Visage one of these days.
Oh, of course, please do come by. I'll put you in the VIP booth.
How fancy. Just tell me what nights you're performing. I'd love to see you sing.
Of course. And only the best for the best.
Well,
Yes,
here you are.
Circumstances being what they are, I am at least glad that you'll be remaining in the city now.
It is interesting getting used to city life again.
If there is ever anything I can do to help you adjust, do let me know.
Just
to return the favor.
your song would be lovely.
Of course.
I miss the singing of the night birds and the morning birds at dawn. I don't get much of a chance to hear them sing, but your voice is pretty close.
It is such a compliment to hear you say that. And I will make sure there is a special song for you when you come to Visage.
Well, something to look forward to.
Absolutely. I will not keep her waiting. See you again soon.
And he closes the door as you enter.
And Mélidine will go inside. My prince, he says with a bow.
Mélidine, please sit down. And she kind of like pats the space by her. How are you?
Again.
How have you been coping? I'm happy you're able to go out into public, but given the circumstances, but I wanted to make sure that you were all right.
I am still processing and trying to figure out how to process. A lot has happened tonight, and I want to ensure that I show up with grace befitting your... I apologize. Do I say child? I'm not sure what to call myself in relation to you.
It is a bit of an adoptive child situation, but for the sake of brevity, child is okay.
Child, then. I very much want to make you proud as your child, and I do not want to do anything to further complicate an already very complicated situation, so I'm doing my best out there.
Well, you tell me if afterwards you would prefer to leave. I can excuse you for the night after we meet, if it becomes too much for you.
I appreciate that. I do wonder if it would be appropriate for me to leave Elysium on this night, though. I think just staying show a solidarity. I don't mean to question your judgment. I do so appreciate the opportunity. I just want to do right by you.
Well, one has already been excused for this evening, Valois' new child, so I'm sure we can make another excuse.
I do appreciate that, my prince. Thank you.
But I did want to check on you. I know you have been spending much time and have gone on trips with the child of Marcus.
Ángel, yes.
He seems to be honest and earnest, and he does seem to have quite a few feelings for you. How are you faring with him? I can't imagine it must be interesting. The child of such a man who raised so high and yet still betrayed the trust of those around him.
I feel very sad for Ángel. I know that the prospect of being keeper meant a lot to him, and I know that he is feeling great shame about his current situation and position. I don't believe that there is anyone that feels more betrayed by the actions of Marcus than him.
Well, he grows farther and farther from the position the longer he insists on ignoring Valois and his efforts to keep Elysium at bay, afloat.
I understand that, my prince. I do hope then that I could help convince him to return, to be part of Elysium again, to lend his considerable talents to the organization here.
Please do so. I know you can be a positive influence on those around you. Please, I encourage you to strengthen that ability, and I would appreciate the assistance of Ventrue again in order to curtail the concerns of Elysium and the Camarilla.
Of course, my prince, whatever it is that you need, I am happy to help.
We have a couple of issues that I can keep you abreast on, but for your talents, I do believe you will be of much help if you help convince people in the strength of the Camarilla again.
Of course, my prince. Whatever aid I can lend as a Ventrue, as a singer, as someone that people do like to listen to, as my role as owner and hostess of Visage, I am happy to lend that aid to you.
Have you heard of this issue of the blood going around?
Yes, the sickness of it that affects us kindred.
Yes, it's rare that such a thing does occur. It's not impossible, but it is usually of a more unique nature, not a simple. Some of the weaker kindred, those of less blood, can be affected by mortal disease. It can be fixed. This is different. For it to affect people of such strength, it's more concerning. Fortunately, we have been ensuring that the blood of that we bring into Elysium is clean.
As I have done for Visage, I do keep an eye on my dancers. I'm aware of who they are and how feeding happens within there.
By what process are you able to ensure the cleanliness of the health of the blood? I am asked out of pure curiosity because
Well, I guess it's just about knowing exactly which kindred are drinking from them and their comings and goings and where else they would be spending their time. And so far, I myself have not been sick. And I drink from my dancers. It is my preference.
an interesting preference, but for a musician, it makes sense.
I see it as a dance. I had a lovely dancer in the barroom, by the way.
Ah, yes. Fiona, she is lovely.
Fiona.
She has been servicing Elysium for some time.
Well, my compliments to Fiona and for you for keeping her in the service of Elysium.
It is easier, involves less expanding of knowledge. If you're able to keep a select few happy and returning.
I certainly understand that in my running of Visage.
Speaking of, we already spoke earlier, so I do not wish to bring it up again. However, did you know that the traitor was spotted near Visage in your territory? Not but a week ago.
No, my prince, I did not know he was in the area. I apologize, that is the domain of myself, my coterie. Had we known, I mean, as I said before, I do not think there is anyone that wishes to see Marcus brought to a final death more than Ángel at this point. Should that be your wish as well?
Well, he has already requested the right of destruction, and I have granted it to him.
Well, then, I hope that Marcus should return to our domain, and that we know when he does. There's no one better to handle that.
I just keep replaying the events, and it was so close to when Penelope went missing.
When Marcus was there,
Possibly. She went to go see you.
I mean, it stands to reason that Marcus might have... Well, we definitely need to bring Marcus to justice.
I asked Ángel to bring him alive, if possible, in order to secure information.
Of course.
If you can help in this endeavor as well, I know that you are able to influence those so that they might work with us a little bit more fluidly.
It is admittedly more difficult for me, my prince, to influence those of a lower generation than myself. But
Interesting.
yes,
Well,
I would still endeavor to try.
please do. I will come up with something that might help you. I will give me a few nights. I might be able to assist.
Of course. Thank you. I do appreciate that. And as far as my training and development of my skills as a Ventrue goes, if the new Ventrue Primogen would see fit to help me along, I would welcome that as well.
I can schedule a meeting with the two of you.
Thank you, my prince.
But I can also observe your skills to a certain extent myself. There is some overlap, not so much complete overlap, but there is some. So I could help here and there. And I will endeavor to make this process, I know it is hard to have to adapt to a new sire, but I have run more than one child through the process of accounting. I can make it as quick and painless as possible.
I appreciate that, my prince. Thank you for that kindness. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Mélidine, should the child of Marcus ever bring up any questionable or suspicious behavior, please let me know. If the curse, if this, whatever it is truly a matter of blood, then I fear things can be passed from sire to child. Please keep a close watch on his behaviors and report to me, if possible. Let me know if he does anything suspicious.
I understand.
I can make sure that you are treated well. This is not for nothing. I suspect you have feelings for him, as he has expressed them for you.
This is correct, yes.
It is not a small price to pay. And I understand that. But please, for the sake of Quebec, if he does anything to you, to anyone, tell me. If he starts to act the same way, speaking of other answers, other possibilities.
I appreciate your acknowledgement of this and your request. I have to say I would be very shocked to see his behavior change, and I don't think anyone would be more concerned than me were he to start saying such things.
Mm-hmm.
All of his behaviors, all of his words have been quite unaligned with anything like that.
Good. That is good to hear. For now, that is all. I will call on you in the following nights to start your training and to see how we can help you better become you to your fullest potential.
Thank you, my prince. And Mélidine, knowing the dismissal, will stand and bow once more.
The door opens up once again for you to exit.
And she does.
And now, before we go back, we can bring it back to the full crew here, but as you leave, the door closes again, and her letting Follow know that she's going to take a couple of minutes. And she calls to the ether. What did you think of the last two? Do you think they were telling the truth? As Robert emerges from obfuscation behind her. I don't know. I have my thoughts and suspicions from what we've done, but we'll see what they think of these pictures of Marcus. Hopefully it'll help stir the pot in a way. It'll get us some answers. Who's going to be next? As Mélidine is in there speaking with her now adoptive sire, the Prince Ángel. Ángel, you are here with the rest of your coterie. And it seems like, Leonia, you see that Ángel has left as well and is wandering about.
I will approach Valois. Well, first, I have to have a conversation with Ángel. I'm gonna step away for a few minutes.
It's fine.
I don't think it can wait.
You need me to come with you?
No.
Oh, I'm here always for you.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to check and make sure I have enough time. And we'll find a space to talk. I don't know. I need to know that there's going to be enough time first, so I'll be back, okay?
Hurry back soon. I'd like to see you before I have to go in.
Okay. I'll try.
Don't rush on my account, if you can.
You know, I'll come back.
Have fun.
I'll try. And she will just fairly quickly. Do you think there's time if we were to need? I need to step out for a minute. Do you know? Are you aware of what order she intends to speak to us? I did see that she was kind of prioritizing on Helen.
Yes,
I'm not sure if we're going with all four of us in a row.
Oh, no. There are several other people that need to be called on.
Okay, thank you.
We're still working through the Toreador and Ventrue.
They can talk a lot.
They can talk a lot. That's why we go first.
You can learn a lot, though.
Exactly. The talkers.
Thank you. And she will make her way over to Ángel, wherever he is in the crowd. Where is he? What's he doing?
So as soon as Ángel, after Mélidine had squeezed his hand and took off, Ángel would have immediately just kind of reached into his coat pocket and just pulled out a Sour Patch Kid, just popped one of those bad boys in.
Not in the middle of a Lyceum.
Mm-hmm. So, and then he would have gone straight to the bar, and grabbed himself like a glass of blood to kind of help ease the hunger for how he's feeling right now. Especially hearing Marcus's voice in his head. Needs to relax just a little bit. The boy's a little stressy.
You're able to take away 1 point of hunger.
Yay! One less hungry. Yeah, that is where that's where he would be if when Leonia comes looking for him. He probably, I would imagine so far as like he's in like the middle of a drink, like taking finishing like his glass, which he may be approaching.
Sour Patch Kindred.
Hey. Yes, hi. Hello.
You have a minute. You're done. I was told that I have time. We need to talk.
Talk about what? Okay. He's gonna look around. I could use a change of scenery. Okay. Finishes his drink, puts it on there, just kind of like walks on out. As they head on out and picks up head on out of Elysium, he'll hand for
Mingyu does give back your phone and things, Ángel, as you are now free to go, since you've already completed your little interview. But he does not give your phone back, Leonia, and just says, "We have other ways of calling you if you're late."
I touched base with Valwa. Thank you.
Good. And he'll call up the elevator for you guys to head down.
No, a space that's gonna be private. She'll try to do a quick aspect, sense the unseen, heightened senses or something as we leave that area of the building, just to see if it's working.
After you leave the building completely?
As we're like going down the elevator to see if it's just the area where Elysium is being hosted specifically.
Still doesn't work.
Then we need to go outside. I don't like not being in an enclosed space, but
yeah,
we need to know that there's not.
If you're trying to use any sort of magic or anything, I would be very cautious about how you use it and who sees you.
Oh, no. Rule number 1, you always have to check if there's a Nosferatu listening.
That too. I just assume that they're all listening at this point. And he's just gonna like give like a heavy sigh and just like his eyes.
I don't think any of them would be hold it against us for not checking. For wanting to check, sorry.
Yeah, I know. It's just anyway. I think as they head on out, he'll valet car pulls up. It's the new Audi A3 that pulls up. Takes the keys, opens the door for Leonia, but heads onto the other side so that way he can hop on in before they begin taking on off. And begins driving. He'll put on some EDM music, but he'll have it on like low. And as they begin driving, he's like, "So what's up?"
Do you want to start with the part that I'm going to try to make you feel better, or at least act like you're feeling better, or do you want to start with the part that's going to be a really not fun discussion for you to have and might make you feel worse?
Pulls out a...
Because there's two parts to this now.
You'll see him pull out a Sour Patch Kindred. Yeah,
That's the problem. That's the problem.
Go ahead and hurt me first.
You want to start with the part that's hurting you? Okay. Why did you let it go on for so long without teaching her what was going on? I understand why you didn't stop it, but why didn't you help her understand?
It was
I've been
not.
waiting 2 months to ask.
It was because of someone's rules that always kept getting brought up. This is against the rules. We can't do this because of the rules. The rules. The rules. As much as I love the Camarilla rules, this Penelope's rules were just the bane of my fucking existence.
You didn't trust that she could act like she still didn't know?
Any sort of indication of like lying to her was not going. She rejected it.
You didn't think that once she understood more, she might understand why those rules weren't so scary? Why they weren't necessary? Why they weren't protecting her?
You saw how she was. Anytime we
did.
came approaching breaking these rules and how she reacted.
How does she know where the line was when it comes to knowledge? You don't know what you don't know. She didn't know there was a line there.
I think she was just scared of even trying to find what the line was.
And she would have been less scared if you had helped her understand.
I've known Mélidine for about 5 years at this point. And I know that, you're going to see as he makes a left, I know for a fact that I can only try and convince her to do so much. So, knowing that is like fighting with my hand tied behind my back. Because Lord knows that Cameron has something that I don't have. You know what that is?
I want to know what you think it is.
You're going to feel the vehicle speed up as he says, I believe that she loves me. I hold her hand, I kiss her, I look her in her eyes, and I believe that she loves me. But I believe also, too, that it is because of that, for whatever fucking reason, that love is just not enough to get her to do certain things. It needs Cam and their wonky relationship to tell her to get her to do stuff. Why do you think when we were down in Cabo, we had the conversation and I asked him to help out to get her to understand what was going on, why we were doing this? You don't think I tried? You don't think I tried explaining to her on multiple occasions? Sorry. You don't think I tried explaining on multiple occasions? Many, many occasions why we were doing this. But you know what happened, right? You understand what happened, right? You were there. I know you were there. You heard You heard the conversation.
You couldn't have tried to teach her.
What did he say?
I don't know why she doesn't listen to you. Maybe it's because you haven't told her things that were worth listening to, aside from just pleasantries.
You're gonna see as he kind of pulls on up. Well, you'll see that as they kind of drive by in French, it has a sign that says funeral home, but it's kind of pulled into the back. And then he'll park and he'll say, "Follow me, please. Humor me."
You're humoring me. Let's go.
opens up, pulls out a set of keys.
Not that I don't trust Ángel, but sense the unseen.
Of course. Roll your roll. If you need me to tell you what said roll is, I can also. I have the page open here.
It.
Okay.
I have it directly on the front page of my character sheet. I'm Rosalie Mulligan.
Ding!
That's what I do. It's not a messy crit. 5.
Okay. Do you have anything possibly invisible happening here, Ángel?
Maybe ghosts, I don't know.
You see a couple ghosts wandering here and there.
Yeah, funeral home.
It's a funeral home, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he would lead you through the back, and he would take you to he would go to the back. You'll actually see a sign that says Ramos Industries, and as it's just kind of like walking on by, and he'll lead you into a different part of it before opening the door. And in here it's dark, but he'll flip the switch, and there is an incinerator with a chair in the middle of this room. And he looks at this and just kind of like puts his back against the wall next to the door. And once you enter on in, he'll close it and say, I have tried telling her multiple things, and I've tried to be as truthful as I can, and sometimes it sticks, sometimes it doesn't. But one thing I know is that even when she doesn't listen to me, as frustrating as it is, at least no Cam can get her to do something.
So it's because you just didn't think it would work, that you just wouldn't listen. That's the whole thing.
No. I've tried. I've tried. I've done it. There's only so many times that I can say something and it's not going through. But I learned early on. Cam says something and it gets done.
Why didn't you tell Cam?
I don't know. We've held our me and Mélidine have held our relationship kind of in secret for a while, and it's just like, even when it comes to like my like what some of our flaws, I don't like to tell other people because it's just my mom and dad never talked about their problems to me. And they've always kept those kind of matters private. And so I've done the same. So
I can understand that.
I guess part of me is afraid. No, there's no guess. I know part of me is afraid that if he wanted to, he probably could just tell her to leave me, and then that's that.
No.
You know that chair right there? And you, Kindred, get out of pocket in Elysium, and obviously with approval, got information.
Destruction.
Exactly. Very easy, because this room is soundproof, to get whatever information I need and then toss them in an incinerator, and then have myself a lovely day.
My worry presently, because you did her that disservice of not teaching her about things that kindred need to know to understand the world they live in. That's done. But presently, what happens when the prince finds out she doesn't know the things that she should know? Do you think she'll know that it's because she was neglected? Or do you think the prince will think that she was too busy with her dancers and her club and didn't care to learn?
It's not going to matter, because I'm going to get blamed for it. Come on now. I'm the stain. I'm a stain to her. I'm a stain to the Camarilla at the moment. So, no matter what comes from this, I'm going to be the blame.
You have not been tried. You have not been found guilty, and you are not going to face your final death.
She has already called me a stain on her, a stain because of what had happened.
Okay, and now we're going to get into part 2 of this conversation. What are the acoustics like in this room? That's such an odd question, but it's like empty and
It's empty.
echoing, right?
Yeah, but one of the things that he would have demonstrated is that it is soundproof. So while things may go on in here, it is not, doesn't go anywhere. It just is here, stays here.
It's almost in the corner of your ear. You almost, like, in hearing Leonia's voice bounce off of these bare walls, when she said you have not been tried, it almost sounded like it was your voice bouncing around. Like these were words that you said in this room.
I think that would have been a small smirk, but it wouldn't have been unless you're like really paying attention. It would just been like, and he would just say, I don't need to be tried, because when it comes straight from her mouth, I am that stain. And the talk around town, I know what I am. I'm the scapegoat.
It's about the perception. We're a coterie, and we will have high positions within our society, so we have to present ourselves in such a manner that gives off that we are of higher status.
No. You are of higher status. Cam is of higher status. Mélidine is of higher status. You all are of higher status.
That's the thoughts of others. Before this, it seemed like they were people who meant nothing to you, and you thought that they had no right to think or judge us, and now you care what they think?
I care about what the prince thinks.
The prince is watching and seeing how we respond to this adversity, and you aren't responding well. You can't just avoid this. You can't just keep your head down, because when you keep your head down and you're forced to be seen, then people notice, and you're the weird one in the room, but if you keep showing up in front of them and it stops being novel, they'll stop talking about you. And once they stop talking about you and they stop noticing you, then you can make them notice the thing that you want them to notice.
You're not wrong. You know, and you're gonna see his eyes start to like kind of pulsate, like a little bit of the red going from like that subtle red to like the bright and coming back and forth. As he says, "You're right. I could easily come in back in. I could easily make myself helpful, useful. I could do that. But
you came into Elysium, and before Prince Ariel said anything to you, you had already made a comment about your presence could have stained Belwa's debut. That is not acceptable. Your presence is not a stain of any sort.
you know why? You want to know why it feels like that?
Why?
No one's making sure that Melidine's okay because of her situation. As we should. You know what? No, never mind. It's stupid.
I
know what?
care about what you're... If I didn't care about what you were going through right now, I wouldn't be here trying to get you to understand what an asset you are. And how you don't... You're not under accounting, you don't... With how things work, yeah, people are going to blame you for what your sire does, but you can overcome it. If you couldn't, if they were like, oh, he's a traitor too, no matter what, you wouldn't still be standing here right now. It would have happened that night. If you keep acting like this, we need to care what people think of us to prevent trouble for us. And I think we're just going to keep landing in more trouble as time goes on, and it's going to spoil so many evenings. And
Aya? Can I ask you something? How often do you ask how Cam's doing?
And Leonia does have to stop and figure out how to phrase this. I know how he's doing. And I hope that if I had to ask, he would tell me. When you could see kind of her confidence shrink a little here. I hope I know how he's doing. It's hard to hide things from me. But, you know, everyone thinks he's a Ventrue and gets away with that, so maybe I should ask more.
So if things don't get, if you're able to tell things, if nothing gets, not much gets by you, then look me in the eye and tell me, how am I doing? I think at this point you would see. I think at this point you would see as like he looks to face you, and there looks to be like a swelling of blood underneath at the bottom part of his eye.
Where are your hunger levels at?
2.
Oh, good then. Proceed.
We're a coterie. What do you need? Because we have gone above and beyond for Mélidine.
Yeah. I think I would like to at least be asked how I'm doing. Because I'm not doing well right now. And I've not had time to focus on me until just right now.
She will take a step or two towards him. And if he doesn't turn away, she will reach up to his face and just wipe at that corner of his eye with her thumb. I wish I could say we're going to get through this, but I don't see the future. I see the past. And I see the present. I'm going to figure out what we need to do to get through this. Since we're here and we're away and I'm not feeling any sort of weird pull, do you want to tell me what the prince asked you about and what you told her? Or do you want to talk about something else? Or do you want to not talk and just be here?
I think when you ask him that question, there was a little bit where he had relaxed himself and his eyes had dimmed down to a dull red brown. But with that question, you'll see as he just kind of like situates himself back and then just like sniffs his nose, kind of like wipes it and says, "It's fine. Let's head on back."
Do you know I only say that I'm fine when it's not?
Yeah. And I haven't been fine in a while, but right now, I don't think that's going to be changing. I don't think that's going to be changing.
Do me a favor. Give me the candy.
It's my candy. I bought it.
You did. I'll buy you more.
Reluctantly,
Candy.
he'll go in, and without looking at you, he will hand it over and say, "I'll put on my happy face again. That way no one has to worry about me. And I'll be okay."
I'm going to worry about you.
Yeah, I know. We have things to do. I have things to do. And if we don't do those things, then shit goes sideways, and it's not good for anybody if shit goes sideways. So we'll we'll bid this area adieu, and we'll head back.
Tonight. She's going to chuck the Sour Patch Kids in the unlit incinerator and slam the door on her way out.
Okay. As you two head back, is there anything Cameron would be doing while the two of them are away and Mélidine's with the prince?
I think Cameron would just be sitting there, sort of watching the crowd. If he can catch Mélidine before, like in a sort of in between, then he will.
They drove out far enough that it does take them a while to get back, and Mélidine does eventually leave the prince's office, and you can catch her visage.
Walk up to her. Hello, Mélidine.
Hello, Cameron.
Would you like to join me for a seat while we wait for the rest of us to be called?
Of course. Where are the rest of us?
I went out on a drive, I believe. I'll be back.
Oh. All right.
That'd be a good time for us to catch up while we wait for them.
Do we have much to catch up on?
We haven't seen you in a few nights. Please, sit.
She sits.
Let's sit next to her, but on the further side of the couch. Not super far, close enough that they can talk without.
Do you find a more private space, or do you stay in the main areas?
I think a more private one.
Are you trying to find
I like to be in the main area.
A corner of a main area, or specifically a private room, which there are plenty of for meetings?
A corner of the main area, since Mélidine has a preference. How are you?
Doing as well as can be expected, I suppose. It's a very complex evening. Various things are occurring, and I am doing my best to process it all. Why do you ask, Cameron?
Just checking in. Such a emotional night. New things happening, learning of the passing of your sire, and now a whole new one. Must be a rather intense roller coaster for you. And as your coterie mate, I want nothing but the best for you.
I appreciate that. I think I just find the timing and nature of your questioning and comments surprising.
Well, I apologize if any of my comments were untoward.
I appreciate your apology.
It seems you are having a nice time with your friend. Looks to wherever Valois is or was.
He's generally been stationed outside of the prince's chambers, unless he's going specifically to find someone to bring to the prince's chambers.
Valois, yes.
Is there perhaps a growing attachment there?
Are you interrogating me, Cameron?
I'm asking questions of a friend.
Why do your questions never feel friendly?
Perhaps because you never take them as such. We can move on to other topics if you like. What would you like to talk about, Mélidine?
I am capable of recognizing when people are friendly. Valois, Leonia, Ángel is in a category of his own.
Noted. And so what do I say?
I'm never quite sure. I think it changes with us. I think that we have an understanding of each other. I don't know that I would call it friendly. Would you?
I would. But if you do not think we are such, then perhaps I need to reevaluate the way I approach conversations with you.
I think that we have moments when we can be friendly and when we are. But I feel like there's, I don't know, suspicion testing. I feel like that's it. I feel like you're constantly testing me, Cameron.
Why do you think that?
Are you not?
No.
Then what is it then?
I'm interested in you. You're an interesting person.
Thank you. You're interesting
You're
as
welcome.
well. Do you admit,
things
though,
that you-
that you're... Go on.
Please continue.
All right, then. Do you admit, then, that your approach to me, though, is different than the approach you take with Ángel, with Leonia, with others?
Ángel and I are friends. We've, for better or worse, fought and killed together. Our friendship has been tested on the battlefield and other areas many a time. Leonia is in a category all her own, as you said about Ángel. You, however, are a mystery to me. I both know you extremely well and not at all. I know how you'll react to others, to Valois, handsome, isn't he? To anyone else in this room, how you approach, the mannerisms you'll hold as you speak to them, the way your body shifts, straightens, stiffens, depending on who you're talking to. Yet with me, you are both relaxed and on guard. You are both curious and cautious. You are both interested and hateful. It's quite amusing. And I simply try to approach you in many ways that would perhaps assuage these feelings you have.
And there I was about to say that I'm glad I can both amuse and confuse you. Give you something interesting to play with and think about. And watch my body so intently.
I know your body well, Mélidine.
It's around here that Leonia and Ángel, you both return.
So what is it then? What is the purpose of this conversation? What are you trying to get? Because I know you, and I know it's always something. And Mélidine has not noticed Ángel and Leonia reapproach, and she is leaning in towards Cameron. You have very specific goals, Cameron. What is this one?
You. It's always been you, Mélidine. Shall we?
Leonia and Ángel, roll me a wits plus awareness.
How would Leonia react to hearing you say that? Is she a jealous type?
No. She knows where my heart lies. For my plans, as you say. For those who I believe would be interested in who would be useful and that I believe would be good comrades. I pick my friends very wisely and carefully.
Ángel, how many did you get?
I was gonna ask you, can I remove one from my dice pool?
Sure.
Well, then I guess you should do a better job of convincing me that you're my friend.
Well, perhaps you should do a better job at receiving my kindness.
Leonia, you're able to spot the two of them quickly as soon as you walk in.
May
no,
I?
That wasn't a
go ahead.
bestial failure or anything, right? Just a simple 0? Okay. Then you don't see anyone in particular. You're a little bit distracted.
Yeah, I think during the drive over here, the music's on, and Ángel has not said a word. A little small talk here and there, but it's just he wouldn't have said anything.
Does Leonia get the sense, and I can roll for this if you want me to, Justin, that small talk and like casual, let's not think about what's happening things are what he needs right now?
I think the vibe that you get is that he's blocked himself off.
That's not the right person to try to do that with. I think you get a sense. You know what? We didn't activate this. You, Ángel, just as you're driving, keep getting this sensation on your skin. Like if you accidentally touch spiderweb cobwebs, you felt them settle over you so many times in Leonia's presence, and you're not feeling them actively manifesting right now. But it feels like when you've already washed your hands, but you still feel like it's on your skin. And I think you just get the sense that there was a chink in the wall and you plastered over it, but now she's in there.
And how does this conversation wrap up as while you two are talking, Cameron and Mélidine? Cameron, you do, from your vantage point, spot your sire leaving the prince's office.
I think Mélidine will say quickly, not quickly, because she doesn't know that there's any rush or end this conversation. She'll say, I would like to be better friends, but I think perhaps there's something different about our dynamic. Different word for it, perhaps.
Call it whatever you like, Mélidine. And he stands up and buttons his suit jacket. I have to get going, it seems. I'll see you later. Yeah?
Of course. Au revoir, Cameron.
I'll walk over toward Leonia.
And as you're walking towards Leonia, your sire palms a note into your hand.
I'll read it discreetly. Like,
It's a
I'll
quick
like...
one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll like go to like unbutton and pretend I'm reaching in to grab something and then read it.
It just says, "You've been in my home the last week."
I swallow and then I eat it.
It's the same as every other food you've ever tried to eat as a kid.
Yeah, it's gross. Swallow it. It's fine.
I don't know if I should make you roll or something for that.
Please don't.
I'll let it lie for now.
Thank you, benevolent storyteller.
Cameron
Easy
throws
shit.
up in the middle.
I was so cool for the moment.
Oh, you could have just kept it in your mouth. You're like, no, I'm swallowing this.
Hey, you're sorry. I got back before you had to go back.
How was your talk?
It was fine. How's yours?
Mélidine still doesn't trust me. What's new?
Is she wrong?
You tell me. I have my reasons, but the three of you are... well, and especially you. Mine.
And you're going to keep your things safe.
Of course. And he'll reach forward and put a finger underneath her chin and pull her toward him for a kiss.
She will try to keep that moment of physical contact. Being very aware that, this isn't a weird thing to be doing at Elysium. She does get a little... I think Cam could feel in her body, her muscles be like, okay, I am now aware that there are probably people looking at us. But she puts her hand on his arm and just lets that touch linger, almost like it's... I hope we have time. I don't know if there's going to be more people between us two. So, we'll see. I don't been around Elysium a lot more, but I still don't like not having you next to me. So, make it out. Not that you wouldn't. Why would you not make it out? That's weird. I'm sorry. Get over there.
Yes, ma'am, detective. I'll see you soon.
See you later.
Around that moment, Falwa does come up to collect you to head to the prince's office.
Lead the way.
Let's go, handsome. And,
Oh, you flatter me.
well, I mean, who shouldn't?
Not too bad yourself.
Thank you. Daphne helped with the corset. And moves towards the prince's office. Right on this way?
Just comment to... Are Ángel and Mélidine still standing nearby?
I mean, Mélidine would have stood up from her place on the couch, and upon seeing Ángel come back in, would make her way over to him.
I love. And you'll see that he's more rigid than what you are accustomed to seeing him. He'll give her a very quick kiss and say, I have some business I have to take care of. I'm gonna head out.
Oh, it's business outside of Elysium.
Yeah. Stay here. Have a good time. But I'm gonna head out.
Will I see you later?
Maybe not tonight. I'll catch you tomorrow.
Well, all right then. Good night, Ángel.
Good night, mi amor. And then he'll just squeeze her hand very briefly before he lets go. And it's not like a lingering let go. It's one where it's like a quick squeeze and then lets go and then begins to beeline it out of Elysium.
Okay.
Mélidine just looks over at Leonia.
Let's find a place to sit.
Okay.
Let's just people watch.
And as we follow the camera into the prince's office, Cameron. Similarly to everyone else, this is the first time you're seeing the prince's office since the fire. Not that you saw it during the fire. Otherwise, maybe there'd be less of misunderstanding that would have happened.
Thanks. When he walks in, he's just like, huh? Prince Ariel, it's a pleasure to see you again.
Cameron, please sit down.
He sits. Thank you. You look wonderful this evening.
Oh, thank you. It is, I tried to pull myself together despite the complexities of what has happened this night.
Yes, I'm sorry to hear about the Seneschal. If you need anything, please. What little I may be able to offer will for you.
I appreciate it. The sentiment either way. There is, there's little pretense we have to worry about here, as I know of your clan. And I have already spoken to your sire this evening, and she has mentioned that you have been staying at her place recently.
Yes, for the past, I think about a week now. The nights string together.
I commend you. She said that you've been recuperating after an injury, fighting for our cause against the Anarchs, that there was an incident.
I have taken some of what used to be the Anarch Jamal's territory, and the kindred there were they're feisty, but they haven't done the worst amount of damage to me.
Good.
But I have needed some time, yes.
It's good that you still have your sire, that they're there to support in these times.
Yes. It is very much appreciated. And, well, I feel blessed to have such a caring sire.
It must be nice also being able to stay at their estate at Ile d'Orla. It's a beautiful home.
Their home is indeed beautiful. The island is in pristine condition, of course. It is nice.
As I have already spoken to your sire, your coterie mates. How are you getting along with them? And do they know?
About my clan?
Oui.
I was given permission by my sire. I was a bit hesitant to tell them about it at first due to the
Of course.
worries, but Well, they assured me that it was okay. So I have told them.
That is good to know.
We get along pretty well. To answer your first question.
Yes, I was curious because, as you know, your sire has been in Quebec almost as long as I have.
Yeah.
So we have known each other for a long time. It's not many Camarilla prince that would allow your clan to join.
And we are always grateful.
But they're an incredible exception.
Yes. They, again, blessed to have a sire such as they. The lessons they taught me during my accounting, and even still now, the wisdom that they give is, well, priceless.
Cameron, within the Camarilla, how do you see yourself? I know it can be a awkward dance for you having to hide.
It is not sometimes it is constraining in some ways, but I appreciate the grace of being here, and also I see myself as, well, useful. I bring my skills and do what needs to be done for the better of the city.
But within the Camarilla, where do you see growth? You seem to exemplify, especially with your coterie, with your excellent proactiveness of fighting back against the Anarch encroachment. You seem more ambitious than your sire is.
Perhaps I will become more lax in age, not wanting as much, but yes, I do find myself with a thirst to advance, for lack of a better phrase, to prove myself, to be useful, as I said before. And for that, I believe being one who takes action is needed.
Robert tells me you seem to have a penchant for the underground organizations.
I have expanded my, so to speak, territory in the more mortal underworld. I've been taking over some of the local gangs, families, making sure that the money that their, how do we say, activities bring in go for the betterment of, I have to be quite honest, my own, and also, though, for the Camarilla.
Through your ties, you have not encountered any illicit purchases, any evidence of what could have happened to the Seneschal?
I have not.
Nothing was found of hers. Her car, her ghouls. These things cannot disappear. They have to be disappeared.
Understood. I can't say that I have. Like I said before, I have been focused on re-attaining the territory that the Anarch Jamal held, so to speak. But I can refocus my efforts if you'd like. I am taking a break from that due to the reorganization of some of the kindred there.
Yes, they seem to have broken down the territory into smaller ones.
Yes, my sources tell me that there's been a change in leadership. So I have to make sure to reevaluate and make sure I approach with a new plan due to, well, Jamal's kindred were brash and they love to fight. I don't know who this new person is.
I do not have all of their information yet either. They're only now announcing themselves, declaring whatever their form of praxis is.
Yeah, barbaric, whatever they like to call them. What is it?
The Baron.
Barons, yes. Oh, well, I'll make sure that they are brought to heel.
Cameron, roll for me intelligence plus occult. You can add your blood sorcery die here.
Wonderful. No occult. That's okay.
Oh.
Can I rouse the
If you
blood
want-
for this?
Oh, instead of occult then, how about let's do two attributes. You can do intelligence and... Wait, you don't have insight, do you?
I do not either. I do
Okay.
have etiquette. I have a dot in etiquette awareness also.
No, this is more about reading someone. So,
Gotcha.
mhm.
I can rouse the blood for this.
Yeah,
It's
go
fine.
for it. Roll your rouse check.
That is a failure.
Where are you at?
I'm at 3 now.
Okay. You're starting to feel that parched feeling in your throat. The pit in your stomach slowly growing.
And you said I can add my blood sorcery die to this?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Oh, benevolent storyteller.
It's relevant, so.
That's 3 successes and a bestial failure,
Okay.
if that matters.
It's a partial success, so I wouldn't say it's a full bestial failure. You don't quite know, but at least from what you've interacted with the prince in the past or have seen her speak, any emphaticness or there seems to be a layer in front, like she's putting on a masquerade, so to speak, for how she behaves.
Oh, this might be wild, but I take wild swings because I'm crazy.
Go for it.
But I do know Leonia was having trouble. Can I use Sense the Beast on this?
Is that an animalism skill?
Yes.
You go to reach for sense the beast, but nothing seems to... You can't seem to sense anything. Anywhere. You know you're in a space filled with kindred. It doesn't seem to be working.
Poker face. Give nothing away.
Do you want to roll a manipulation and subterfuge for me there?
Yeah, we could do that.
Want to give you a roll about that sheep about?
I'm gonna also rouse the blood here.
Such a long time paying attention to their patterns, and how they think about each other. And even though she's gone, they're still connected.
Mm.
Can I use
Roll
everything
your
is
highest.
connected? I will
Or-
strengthen
well,
brawl.
this isn't. But this isn't really a Oh, for your earlier roll. Okay, yes, then yeah, go for it. I was about to say you'll still need to roll the manipulation plus subterfuge to hide, as that is not a information collection one, but your prior roll in regards to with the blood source. So yes, make that
Wonderful.
one. Reroll that one. Mm-hmm.
Strength in brawl. Do I do have a specialty against kindred in brawl. Does that work here?
That's in brawl specific, so I'm gonna say no.
That's very fair. Does still add the dot for blood sorcery?
Sure, that I will let you keep.
Okay.
I know this is your highest roll, so I know it is a lot anyway, but
it is a big roll for me. I'm rolling 9 dice here.
Crazy.
And that's pitiful. I'm using that free reroll. I don't think anybody else uses it.
Go for it. No one's used it yet.
All right. All right, that's way better. Okay. That is 5 successes.
That was exactly what you needed.
Yes.
Would you prefer... I'll give you a choice. Would you prefer to understand why your animalism wasn't working, or more about this facade that the prince seems to have on?
The facade.
There's a lot of strange blood sorcery out there that can do things that only strong Tzimisce even could try to do. But it has an effect on their person. If you solidify your heart, it protects you physically in a moment of emergency such as this, but you lose a bit more of that humanity innately. It gets harder to seem genuine or care. And you think this is probably what the prince has done to herself.
I failed the rouse check for to do the rousing the blood for hunger. Don't worry about it, everybody. For this manipulation subterfuge.
You hear your sire's voice creeping into your mind like always. Come on. It could be fun. Have you ever tried to fight a Tremere? They don't put up the greatest fight. It'll be a good challenge. And then the head pops off and you drink the rest like a juice box. It's fun, I promise. I've killed enough Tremere to tell you that. And then you wouldn't have to hide.
I just try to shake the feeling away subtly. But yeah. Oh well, that's this one is kicked. That's 4 successes all on the hunger die.
Ooh. I mean, still success, you know?
You know?
And what was this? Oh, this was for manipulation.
Manipulation.
Okay,
Yeah.
yep. Okay.
All my hunger die got a success.
Hey, you know? Still a success.
You know?
If it works, it works. As you seem to collect yourself enough after the initial shock of, oh, my power isn't working. Interesting. Cameron, do you promise to meet me in a week from now? I have a request. I think you have a greater purpose that you can serve in with your connections in terms of finding out who did this. If you can bring me any information on any other kindred in the city that could have played a part, you'll be greatly rewarded.
As you wish.
And once again, the door opens. And as we move back, we're actually going to move outside and follow Ángel. Someone wasn't wrapped in the blanket. Who said that? As you, I assume, go down to pick up your car, as the valet brings it around, there's a gentleman that you notice, taller, is wearing a suit and seems to be a little bit older. But notably, in this frigid early winter night, you don't see any air, or you don't see any hot breath, any steam coming from his breath. You don't recognize him.
I think Ángel looks at him, notices, probably makes eye contact with him briefly, and then just nods his head as he waits for the valet to bring his vehicle over.
And this man, interestingly, smiles at you, seems friendly, approaches you, probably noticing something similar to you, having noticed him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hello, handsome.
Can I help you?
I was wondering if I could catch a ride with you. You see, I'm a little far from my destination. Needed a lift.
I'm sorry, I'm not I'm heading home. I'm not an Uber. I don't know if maybe the suit gave the appearance that I'm an Uber driver, but I'm not. So I appreciate the compliment, but I can call you one if you would prefer.
Well, I guess that's fine. I suppose I'll tell Marcus you'll see him another time. Yeah.
That's going to cause Ángel to stop. And then as he looks back at the gentleman, his eyes are going to be a very bright red and said, Marcus who?
I think you know, my young friend. Ooh, calm down. This ain't no confrontation. I'm here to help.
Are you?
You can take it or you can leave it. But what I say is what I say.
What's your name?
Oh, I've gone by many in my time, but people nowadays call me Gerard.
He's gonna reach his hand over and say, Diego, pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Nice to meet you, Diego. How about that ride?
I have a lot of things going on right now. And as much as I would love to give you a ride, because I love where this may go, maybe I can leave you a message to pass to a mutual friend.
What's that message?
I'm going to find him. And I'm going to make him regret everything that has happened. But I'm going to enjoy every moment of it. And it'll be everything that he's taught me how to do.
Tired of being a stain, are we? I'll tell you what, I got an offer for you that I think you'll find rather intriguing. You see, I know Marcus. I know where he is. I can take it to him. Not tonight. Maybe in a few nights. You meet me at a place of my choosing. I'll let you know sometime between now and then. But you come meet me. I'll let you take him. Do whatever you want. In return, we have a conversation.
We have a conversation tomorrow night. I prefer to hunt my prey honestly, but I'm intrigued.
I knew you would be, Diego.
You have yourself a good night, Mr. Gerard.
You too, Mr. Ramos.
I think at that point, like, the vehicle probably pulls on up. He's gonna take the keys, maintain eye contact with them, so he'll go like right behind the vehicle, and then head over to the driver's seat, hop on in, and then speed on off.
And as you look back, he's standing there watching as you drive away.
As Ángel drives away, he'll pull up to a red light and pull up his phone, and in that time he'll shoot a quick message to Cam and says, I have a meeting with a gentleman named Gerard tomorrow that has the potential of leading me to Marcus. Period. Send. Then he's going to go through his phone real quick, find the name Selena, and text message and say, hey, where are you at? Are you in town or are you still traveling abroad?
Hey, just got back last night. What's up?
Can we talk sometime? I'd like to see if that's okay.
Only if you're buying.
And I always.
Winky face.
And instead of making the left turn that he normally would, he goes straight.
And back upstairs in Elysium, Leonia and Mélidine, is there anything you would like to get done while Cam is speaking to the prince?
Did the prince tell you couldn't leave?
No.
Ángel was free to go and not return because he was done with his meeting. Why didn't she go with him?
He didn't want me to.
You didn't ask.
I didn't have to. I could just tell. Couldn't you?
I usually can. But weren't you... Oh, it's fine. How do you feel? It's been a big night for you.
Taz, I am doing as well as can be expected under these complex circumstances. How are you, Leonia?
I'm worried about everything that's going on. It's a lot. I don't know. I'm embarrassed about. I'm sure Robert told the prince about my stupid false alarm and all of that. And she doesn't bring it up, and everybody's kind of just, there's nobody's talking about anything that I don't already know, because of, obviously the topic of the night is you and Omega's new child and all of that, so.
Is it? Well then.
What else would it be?
I mean, there's many topics to be had here at Elysium.
Tonight?
I suppose you're right. Leonia, darling, if you are ready to leave after this, I know that you still have your own talk. When you have a moment to come by Visage, or perhaps I can meet you at Cameron's, I do have something for you.
Oh.
Okay.
Around this time, you do get a tap on your shoulder as Valois is trying to get your attention.
Is Cam done?
Yes, seems like he's heading out now. You're up.
Oh. Okay, thank you. Sorry, Mélidine. I'll text you.
Of course. It's all right.
If you're leaving, I mean, we could leave together.
I
didn't
might stay.
Um,
Yes, I can bring us back.
I mean, you're free to
No,
go
it's
whenever
fine. I
you'd
know.
like.
Yeah. I'll see you.
I'll see you.
And as you head in, do you stay or do you leave, Mélidine?
Mélidine is staying. Mélidine is going to be around the people of Elysium, hearing what they say about her, making idle conversation, inviting them to Visage, or letting them know that it's been some time since she's seen them and she would love to see them there again.
Okay.
Getting to know people she hasn't met before.
Okay. Leonia, you make your way inside the prince's chambers. And as you step inside, similarly to everyone else, the prince is there, waiting. Seems a bit, if Kindred could look tired, maybe a little bit tired after so many conversations. Leonia, feel free, sit down wherever you'd like.
Thank you.
I've been very interested to speak to you.
Oh. Okay.
Well, I imagine with all this mystery going on, you were brought into the fold specifically for your investigative skills. Your sire has told me all about them.
Yes. Not much investigating to be done within Elysium tonight that you aren't doing right here.
Sometimes I feel like I'm doing less investigating and more surveying. I don't always get to speak to the kindred of my city all the time. It's not a large community, but kindred by nature are isolationist at times. And so it is hard to have all of them together like this. It has been an enlightening experience.
I've been trying to learn more about everyone too. So
I did have a question. The night that Penelope went missing from my home, I heard there was an electrical fire at Visage that you called in about.
Oh, I sent a text because I panicked, and last time there was any sort of fire that I was around was the night of the Inquisition. And I thought it was that.
Understandable.
I took Robert on my favorite contact, so it'd be harder to text immediately when something like that happens. I told him never mind when I realized that it was just an accident.
Did you know he still went to check on you?
No, he just said okay when I said it wasn't. I'm sorry for bothering him and stuff. Did he find anything? Was it actually not an accident?
Now that is yet to be determined. Roll a manipulation plus. You may use your ingenue.
Okay.
I'm trying to decide if it's. Are you better at subterfuge, or do you have any performance?
Subterfuge. It's
Okay.
only one dot, but it is a dot.
You know, better than nothing.
Manipulation. 3, ingenue 2, subterfuge 1, and I'm gonna rouse the blood on this.
Okay.
That is a failure, so that puts me at 3 hunger.
Back up.
To add 2 die. +1, +2, +2.
As that parched feeling in your throat starts to take hold, you feel it a little bit more than usual, especially
I'm spending
under
a
some
willpower.
stress. Mm-hmm.
Just 4. Best deal if it fails.
Okay. In that case, increase your hunger by 1, bring it up to 4. And you feel a weird kilter in the room take hold, and we can bring everyone back to the screen as the two of you who remained in Elysium start to see a certain group. I don't know if you would necessarily recognize everyone for who their clans are, but if you do know any Malkavians, you could figure out the pattern. As the shadows in the room, for you, Leonia, the shadows in the room grow long as you look at ancient cobwebs start to appear in your vision, stringing thousands of points together but covered in dust, unused and forgotten. You see a few start to strengthen and go taut. At the same time, including one attached to yourself. As you look down, you see where it connects to your sternum. You see long, straight black hair that's not yours, and your hands are a leathered skin wrapped around bone. They're so thin. You feel your vitae rush through you unbidden, and you hear a voice start to speak, which you soon realize it's your own, but also someone else's, as your sire appears from obfuscation as well, in a similar state. And you hear your voice speak.
The blood of the child's curse is wicked. The moon's blessings bring a king to toe. The handmaids nursed, a beauty reflected, as the scourge brings the walled city low.
And all of you seeing every Malkavian in the room start to say this phrase in unison and repeat it 3 times before all collapsing. And that is where we will end our vampire story for this evening.
Well then.
Hold on, wait, what? Wait, what? Wait,
All right, thank you all for coming to Don't Kill My
We don't have
Character
time.
tonight.
We have to do outros.
No, we don't. I guess,
You have
yeah,
to
we
do
do
outro.
outro.
Okay.
Look
Yeah,
at
you're
the
not there.
time. Look at the time,
know.
Justin. We have to
Producer
stop.
Queen.
Wait a goddamn minute.
Thank you so much for coming to Don't Kill My Character for Sanguine Scourge, Chapter 21. And Natasha will tell me the title of this later. If you're watching the VOD or on YouTube, you already know. Congrats. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I am going to let my cast go around and tell us about themselves and where else you can find these wonderful, fabulous people. Do a bit of announcements for the channel, and then we will raid into another wonderful stream group tonight. Who's ready to start?
I can go first.
Thank you, Natasha. Go for it.
Hello, everyone. I have been your storyteller for this evening at Natasha B Cosplays everywhere on the internet. And I am very excited to be playing here with Sanguine Scourge. But you can also find me, I'm mostly here, but you can also find me not here, over with a game, also with someone at this table, playing some Jujutsu Kaisen sagas. And I'm very excited to keep playing with that character because we found the secret base and that's all I live for.
Well,
Otherwise, Awesome Con in a couple weeks. I will be there. Come meet me. I'm going to a bunch of different cosplay meetups.
awesome. Well, I guess with that, I feel like I should pass it to Extell, maybe, because like something was said there, but like I feel like Extell could maybe give us more information. I don't know. Extell, fine.
Well, hello everybody. I'm Extell. You can find me at Extra the King on all the socials. I am the producer, King Consort here, and also I am the social media manager for Tales from the Table Studios, which hosts said game that Natasha just mentioned of JJK, that I run over on Tales from the Table Studios every other Tuesday. That's not this Tuesday coming up, but the one after. Saga's game set in the JJK universe called War of the Magi. It's very fun. They all got their curse techniques and are not learning stuff.
I jump good. That's all I do so far is I jump
and
good.
throw e-scooters really far.
I personally love that, like, their mentor, they are teaching more to their mentor at this point. Like, the mentor's like, I'm here to teach you. And they're like, no, we gotta teach you, actually.
Miss Ma'am, you've been gone for 200 years and we have to catch you up.
I wish I could. About me, I wish I could. But yeah, more about me. Let's see. What else do I have? Tales from Table Studios. I also run Sundered Skies, which goes on every other Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern. I am also on From All Mutant Kind, which is every other Thursday. That's next Thursday, where we play a mask game where we are mutants trying to, live in a world. So come on by. It's a good time. I am also here on Don't Kill My Character for superhero shenanigans, Pride of Monsters, all that good stuff. A lot of stuff I'm in. So check it out. Follow me on socials and you'll find out more. You can also catch me on Start Playing, where I run Vampire. Oh yeah, I'm also on the other Vampire table. I'm the Storyteller. Hello, everybody. Co-storytelling this story with Natasha is wonderful. And yeah, so you can catch me doing a bunch of stuff in a lot of places, really 2 places here in Tales from Table Studios. But with that, I'll pass it on to Justin.
Hey guys, how's it going? It's fine. There was no crash out today. This was a fun time. I'm GM Justin. You can find me at all my socials at Forever GM Justin. You can also find me over at Roll D5. We specialize in playing in TTRPGs. I am your residential 3-time award-nominated Mexican-American professional GM and AP performer. I do a lot of things across the space. I can be found over at Rebels Without a Castle, where I play Lucero Emberhold as he is trying to figure out where the hell he is and how the hell he got to the material plane. What is it? You can, like I said, find me at Roll D5, where I'm doing more tech and admin stuff than anything else. And I'm working on still working on editing projects so I can be able to start publishing those, and also work on new projects, because I have ideas and I want to do things on my channel, and the only way I can do that is by finishing out the rest of my projects. So with that being said, follow me on my socials, stay in the loop. I'm going to kick this over to Rosie.
It's me, Rosie. Rosalie for wrong. I'm right, always. For long. Rosalie for long, Rosie for short. I use she, her pronouns. You can find me on all my socials at Rosatyrs, ROSATYRS, like Rosie and the little goat folk. You smoosh them together and you get Rosatyrs. You can find me here on Don't Kill My Character. I'm the we settled on content pixie as my official title because I make a lot of clips and I write a lot of captions, and I have pixie energy. I don't know what to tell you. Sanguine Scourge, of course, I am here on the Camarilla table. I also run tech a lot, especially for our Anarch table, which is every other Tuesday, as other people have stated. That is actually the only live stream thing I have going on right now this second, but in a couple weeks, keep your eye on Rediscovery RPG. I will be on a show on there. That has yet to be announced. I think I'm allowed to say I'm going to be on a show on that channel. If not, I know none of the people involved are watching this right now. If you are, pretend you're not. I said nothing. But keep your eye out on socials for that announcement. It's going to be coming very soon. I am very excited about that game, and that cast is going to be very, very cool. Also, speaking of things that are not announced yet, but I can tease where and when you can find them, Game Master Monday, the podcast feed. Give them a follow on the podcast platform of choice. I am doing some behind the scenes work for their upcoming spring mini-series. Last year I was on Sherwood Kill the Brown Table, their spring mini-series as a player. This year I am a dramaturge. I am behind the scenes helping out with story development, rules consultation, making sure that the game and the story are married together as closely as possible, and making things as dramatic and silly, because it's Game Master Monday, as possible. So definitely give the podcast a follow. I love Game Master Monday. They are where I got my start in the TTRPG community, and they continue to be one of my favorite places to exist in the space, other than Doko, my character, of course. So yeah, check it out, y'all. I'm gonna bounce it back to Kate.
Oh boy, it's me! Hi! I am Kate, aka Kate the Great Cosplays. You can find me on the interwebs with that, kind of. It's been a while since I've posted there. You mostly find me here on Don't Kill My Character. You did it! You found me! Yay! I'm so happy that you did. Please follow us on social media to see all the wonderful things that Rosie puts there for us. Get into our Discord server to see the chaos that I cause in there. I posted pictures of what I looked like when my camera was off during this episode. It's great. If you're not already following us on Coffee, do that, because thanks to help from so much of my behind the scenes crew, including producer Prince Miguel, we're going to have some awesome material on there for you soon. And then coming here, we have this show, Sanguine Scourge Camarilla, every other Thursday. We have our Anarch table, which Extell Storyteller and they know Gerard, and Gerard has caused mayhem for them, but surely it'll be fine that Gerard's here for us. But go see what's happening over there, and everything is connected. Every other Tuesday, so they'll be back on Tuesday, March 3rd. Rosie's also going to be here for Pick a Poppy on Thursday, March 5th with me. I play Poppy, and everyone's
Poppy.
Poppy.
It was just one day on my calendar, and there's a lot of things on my calendar. I'm sorry, Poppy.
It's okay, Poppy. I got you, Poppy. We're all Poppy, and it's wonderful. And all of us being Poppy involves the incredible Valmina as Poppy, Mika as Poppy, me and Rosie as Poppy, and Alex as Poppy presenter. So come to the Poppy Tale, Poppy Chaos. That is that. We have Superhero Shenanigans, which goes every other Wednesday. So keep an eye on that show. And this is an open book test. All you need is in our Discord on our socials. You can find that. You can find us. We are going to go now, though, because it is late and I need to yell at all these people about what just happened. So we hope that you will join us back here again soon for more stories, because there are always more stories to tell. Good night, darlings.